So I was appreciative of that. Our workers' comp premium, stuff like that. But again, kind of like what you mentioned about anecdotal, there's a lot of fluffy metrics that you can analyze. And for me as the HR person, one of those metrics is, do I have a lot of people coming into my office, disgruntled or burnt out or tired? Do I have managers that are coming into my office as other HR people know, going, I want to hire this person yesterday? Have you talked to them? And since we've implemented these policies, all of those things have come down. People aren't burnt out. They're not disenfranchised. They're not disengaged, which is really helpful for the morale of the entire company. And one thing I would offer is, this kind of journey that PDT has been on for the past 5 years kind of started with our policies. And so we kind of had these old school policies of, measuring exactly, you could have one unexcused absence or two unexcused absences in X amount periods, whatever. And the longer that I was there, I think most individuals that have had to work with policies like that, I found that those policies are really just punishing the lives of employees whose lives are happening to them, right? Primarily parents. They have to stay home with their kid because they're sick, and then they get their kid back, and then they have to stay home the next week, and then per that policy, it has to be documented. And so what I would offer is that a lot of those policies, if you have a lot of them in your workplace, what I found is management was using those as an excuse not to think, not to have these conversations like what you guys are having of, okay, can we work around this, what's going on, because there's usually always a middle ground, right? And so we've been on this path of doing away with all of that. Just kind of, our attendance policy has been completely revamped. Our paid holiday policy has been completely revamped. I don't think there's anybody in this room who doesn't remember what it was like to be a brand new employee, right? And hearing, oh, you don't get paid holidays for 6 months. Or, basically your life can't happen to you the first 6 months to a year that you work here. And that doesn't feel awesome, right? And so in that headspace, our company has really just tried to evaluate, what's working, what isn't, what would we want as a frontline employee, and kind of going from there.
I would add a lot of our sort of evidence that it's working is feedback